Hi and welcome to the Arsenal Circle, here to talk to you today about the latest fixture that we have played, and that is Zurich in the Europa League. We beat them 1-0 today, which means we are through to the Champions League. I'm going to talk a bit about that. But yeah, a good game today. Let's go straight into it. Well, I say a good game. I will talk more about it in a minute. The lineup was, as expected, quite rotational. We had Tierney starting, Holding starting, the usuals in the Europa League. Turner is still out, so Ramsdale is still playing in the Europa. Vieira got some minutes along with Sambi Lokonga. Nketiah and Jesus starting up front for the first time together. I don't know. I think it's the first time they played together up front. But yeah, as you can see, 1% chance. 1% of people thought this was going to end up in a draw, and it almost did. But it does mean that we've gone top of the group. 15 points, 5 wins, 1 loss. You take that. That's pretty well done, if you ask me. And I was fairly happy with the lineup, how we started this game. And we started off pretty strong, as you can see. Nothing really happened at the very start of the match. I mean, we kind of just controlled the ball. And let's talk about the Tierney goal for a second, because that was a banger, wasn't it? It's a bit of frustrations. We haven't scored. We get a lot of chances, a couple of deflections. Rolls right to Tierney. It's not roll, it's bouncing. And he catches it, and he curls it past 3 defenders and the keeper, which is beautiful. I mean, when I say curls it, it was like more of a... That I just realised for video reference, that's going to make no sense. He curls it downwards and to the right, into the bottom right-hand corner. With his left, it's just beautiful. He does know how to strike a ball, doesn't he? Every now and again, you just see him with one of those from outside of the box. A bit like Thomas Partey. But, we take it, and I was very happy with his performance today. He was one of the standout players, and I think he may need some more games. Get some more game time. Maybe over Tomiyasu. But it's really interesting to see who will start at left back for Chelsea, and who will start in a lot of areas of the pitch. Will Saka start? I'm assuming he will, and I think Jesus will start. But a lot of these players are up for debate. You don't know if they're going to start, but I guess that's that. Let's talk about the second half of the game, because I think that's where we really need to focus on. I think in the first half we were very unlucky not to get a second goal, which is what we struggled to do. Get a second goal. It's always what we struggle to do. It's always what we're struggling with. But, we were able to keep pushing in the second half, as you can see. I thought these substitutions here, Partey really changed the game, really helped out. Saka was great going forward. I think good to give Jesus a rest. Martin Odegaard to try and, get that second goal, and Tomiyasu came on. Yeah, I mean, it's alright, I guess. It's unfortunate that we had to bring on players like Martin Odegaard, and we weren't able to get the second goal. And I think even though we did get through at first position, which means we miss out on an extra 2 games, the unfortunate thing is, by not getting that second goal at the start, the negative we take away from this game is now we've ended up playing Odegaard and Partey and Saka when they could have been resting, even Tomiyasu maybe, and you saw Tomiyasu got taken off a little bit later because he looked a bit... I mean, not injured, but I guess it was just a precaution. He was a little bit hurt. But yeah, we really need a second goal. And, around this point here, it really looked like Zurich could equalise. Zurich kind of took control of the match around this point. I mean, not taking control of the match, but their chances looked threatening in comparison to ours. And it looked like they could go on and maybe get a point from this, which would have taken them to the Conference League, right? But they didn't in the end, and that the game's the game. Yeah, who performed well for Zurich? To be honest, I didn't see anyone stand out. I remember Conde, I think it is. I don't know how to say his name, but he had a really good slide tackle in the first half. Canberry in the second half, he was very aggressive, but he did his job, so fair enough to him. Their keeper had a pretty good performance as well, kept out quite a few shots, and that's actually something I want to replicate with Ramsdale. Ramsdale had a really good game today. I mean, I say really good. It was quite a standard game. He didn't have anything outrageously difficult to save, but he made the saves where he needed to, and they were some good saves. So you gotta give props to Ramsdale there. And overall, it was just a good game from the lads. in terms of we got the job done. But, you know, the performance does need to pick up a bit against these teams. We do need to get that second goal. But there was no point in the match where I thought, yeah, we're not playing great. It's again, we're just not clinical enough. And Jesus, again, is unable to get onto the score sheet. I keep saying, you know, I'd love him to get a hat-trick in this match. I've said that for the last 5 matches. But he hasn't. I mean, obviously, I'd love any player to get a hat-trick. But just for his confidence, I think it would be great. But I'd love him to get a hat-trick against Chelsea. Let's hope he does it. But even just a goal against Chelsea, and I think he will. For some reason, I have this weird feeling, and I have for a while, that Jesus will break his goal drought against Chelsea, and it will be the winner, or it will be an important goal in the match. And the Arsenal fan base will get behind him more. But maybe I'm just living a dream. Who knows? But yeah, other standout performances. Nelson had a really good game. Really good on the ball. A couple of misfired passes, but you know what? Overall, a very good performance. Same with Nketiah, I thought. You know, the whole front three were very, very good on the ball. Very good going forward, pressing defensively, and just keeping the ball, passing the ball around. Just the end product was never there. It was good to see El Neni back. He had a pretty good game, just pretty average. But I will say, as soon as Partey came on, you noticed the difference. Yeah, it was pretty good as well. You know, I have to say, props to Zurich for keep fighting and for them to keep on fighting in the second half. It takes a lot, especially when you're playing top of the group. You know, the hardest competition at their away ground, and their fans were really good today. So big props to Zurich for that. I think maybe they deserved a bit more from the Europa League standings, but no European football for them. They are knocked out. And of the Conference League, of course. They're not going to that. But yes, we had a couple yellow cards in this one in total, but only one for Arsenal, which I was surprised by, because I thought a lot of the decisions, the referee, it's just a clear foul, and he just hasn't given it. Like, it's nothing major that might impact the game, but, you know, these little things add up, and it was just a bit weird. I even thought some for Zurich. You know, I'm not just saying this for Arsenal, but just a lot of things that were probably fouls. And he just didn't give them one. The one in particular that I remember is Nketiah is just getting dragged and pulled to the floor, and when he's about to receive the ball from a goal kick, and nothing is done about that, and they keep the ball, and the play goes on. But I will say it was funny when he drops his yellow card, and all the Arsenal fans were jeering. But yeah, not a particularly entertaining match. Job well done, I guess. Well, not well. Job done. We got the result we wanted, and that's all we can ask for here. Anyway, let me know what you thought about the match in the comment section down below. It is good that we are not going to play against any of the Champions League dropouts. Let me know who you think we're going to get in that round of 16. I hope it's not anyone that good, but we'll see after that the matches are played who we could possibly get. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I appreciate you watching. Goodbye.